Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa. I do videos on whatever I want because I don't like putting myself in a box. And today I thought I would talk about getting to connect with people because of my health journey. And so, first, I want to apologize if I sound a little bit off. I got, I think, a mild cold at the beginning of this week, and this thing started over again. Okay, I'm going to do my intro again. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa. I do videos on whatever I want because I don't like putting myself in a box. And today I thought I would share with you all kind of the fun thing, I don't even know fun, but like the best thing about sharing my health journey online and just being so open about my health journey in life, and that is I get to connect with a lot of people. And so before I jump into this, I just want to apologize if I sound a little bit off, if I'm drinking a lot of water, just excuse me. I think I got a mild cold at the beginning of the week. It was an adventure. Something that people don't tell you about weight loss is once you get sick again, so I haven't had a cold since going through my weight loss journey, which was over a year ago, and I've lost a significant amount of weight since then. And so I had to like relearn my body's like pattern, I guess, of like getting sick. And so I had some really weird symptoms that I normally wouldn't have if I was at my heaviest. And so it was a whole thing, and I have 10 environmental allergies right now that are at peak season. So I don't know if it's a combo of both. I don't know what's going on, but it's a whole lot better now. Um, Still just having some aftermath stuff, keeping an eye on it. If I need to schedule an appointment with my doctor, then I will. But, anyways, back to this video. I thought I would share with you guys the cool thing about sharing my journey online and just being so open about it. I I was talking to somebody this week and they asked a really interesting question, and it was, what made you decide to start your weight loss journey and then make the jump to sharing it online? And I honestly didn't really have an answer for this person, but I know I had waited quite a long time before I started sharing my weight loss journey online. And I think one of the main things for this was because I did it with medication, which is not something you see often online. A lot of times, I should have said this honestly to him. So if he's watching this, here's your answer. Um, a lot of times with, health influencers and whatnot, it's all about how to lose the weight naturally. And yeah, obviously that doesn't work for a lot of people, unfortunately. Um, a lot of times influencers are selling you something that probably is not even good for your body, first of all, and is not scientifically backed up, FDA approved, etc. And so, yeah. So doing it with medication that is FDA approved, that has been through clinical trials, and, having it through doctor supervision was super important to me. um, I told the person, having to switch my mindset from what my parents were kind of bringing me up to have, of a really screwed up mindset when dealing with the medical field, took a lot of work. I have parents who are boomers. I'm 26. This is because of adoption. Age matters with adoption. And so they have very pessimistic views on the medical field, and their mindset very much like it is what it is. We got diagnosed with this. Why should we change? We're, currently in our 60s, almost mid 60s. Well, my dad's going to be mid 60s now in December. So, like, why should we change? And so going through that, you know, took a lot. And in my eyes, it was like them seeing doctors, I don't wanna say as, like, evil, but, like, as bad people, I guess. I mean, I'm putting quotes around that because I'm using that very lightly. So, yeah, that was really another reason why I wanted to share my journey as well. And also to share my journey because, for me, my obesity was caused by a rare medical condition that I had when I was a kid, which was precocious puberty. So for me, I really had to understand that. I really had to understand my medical condition, which was not explained to me as a child. And so wasn't even explained to me really as a young adult. And there's still a lot that I don't know about my condition um now as a young adult that I still don't know. I don't know, even though, like, yes, mine was treated and I did not end up having a period when I was younger. Does it affect fertility? Yeah, I don't know those things. And the internet is 0% helpful with this stuff because it just really talks about if your kid's going through it and that's it. And then, I thought I would have issues with reproductive things as an adult because that's kind of what the internet was saying until I talked with my adult doctor multiple times and she said, "Nope, if it really comes down to if you had your period when you were younger, then yes, you will have issues when you're older, but since you didn't, you're fine technically." So, yeah. Um So that's kind of why I decided to share my journey is because I just thought my journey was so unique compared to a lot of people's for those couple of reasons. And so by sharing my journey, I've really gotten to connect with a lot of people, not just through social media, which I think is amazing. I love when you guys reach out and talk to me about wanting to start your own journey, wanting to whether or not that's even weight loss focus. Yes, my health journey has been focused with weight loss, but it's been a health journey too. And that's what I want you guys to realize and acknowledge as well is it's not just weight loss, it's health related too. Um, so even if you guys, don't want to do the weight loss portion, but you guys reach out and talk about, hey, like I want to start eating healthier. How did you start or whatever? Working out, like where did you start with working out or something? I don't know. It's just so cool to be able to have these conversations with you guys in private. If you guys find me on like TikTok or Instagram, um, or somewhere else. Like, it's pretty cool to be able to have those conversations. What I think is even more, like, important, I guess, is the fact that my family has really been a family to not talk about their medical conditions. And so, as children, that's completely fine because what are you going to do as a child? You know what I'm saying? And so now as young adults who have parents who are aging, who in a couple of years, it's gonna be basically be between me and one of my other siblings to take care of my parents. And so, we need to be able to start having these conversations of health. And so it's been really amazing to see how just honestly, just my weight loss journey has been able to open up my mom to talk to me about certain health things herself. She hasn't opened up a lot about her health, but she's opened up about some things about her health, and that's a start. And I just think that's so important. And I really do wonder how much of that is due to us having the same doctor. Um, because, yeah, I don't know if she would talk to me if we didn't have the same doctor or whatever, but Yeah, it's been really nice to be able to just have a little bit of conversation about what's going on with her health-wise. Even though she doesn't talk about it as much as, another family member of mine does, um, who's related to her on her side of the family. But yeah, my dad is a lot more private with his stuff, which kinda it breaks my heart in a way, I guess. Um, yeah, because I still feel like my parents really were the parents to kind of have the mindset of, like, by not telling your kids certain things, you're protecting your kids. And so I definitely fear, if there's some kind of serious thing going on that they won't tell us until, like, the worst moment because they feel like it's going to protect us, but really it might, like, end up harming us in some way or something. And so, yeah, I don't really like that. I don't like secrecy in the family. Um, Thankfully, with all of our adoptions, they have been very open about that, as open as they can be with it. So I don't know why with their own, like, health, they wanna be so secret with it, but, um, yeah, he's definitely not as open with it. And so, yeah, interesting enough, I've actually gotten to get a hold of some of my family's, like, medical history. Now, of course, this does not apply to me because I am a closed adoptee. And so, yeah, because my parents are a bit more closed off when it comes to their own personal health, I've been able to figure out things through looking at medical documents, and it's been kind of eye-opening. So, my grandma on my mom's side, I was told was pretty healthy for the most part. I mean, she lived to be 98 years old. Like, that's pretty good. And as far as I know, like, she really wasn't on many medications. I don't know if she even I never knew if she had any conditions or anything like that. I mean, to me, like, she didn't look unhealthy by any means, like, she definitely didn't look big or anything like that, and then I literally found out a few days ago she was actually diabetic, and I was like, "Whoa," because she does not look diabetic and definitely not anywhere near, like, what my mom does. Um So that was really interesting to learn. And so, yeah, I also learned about some like cancer things that were running on that side of the family. I feel like I've learned about some cancer things running on like my dad's side of the family. And so I also have had the question of like, why couldn't my parents biologically have children? And I do know that it's because they just couldn't for medical reasons. Um, but we had a family reunion like 2 weeks ago, and, you know, it was interesting because everybody there biologically had kids, and then saw people on my mom's side, and they well, one person, it's literally one person, um, biologically had 2 kids. So I was like, Why?" You know? Besides, like, a medical reasoning. Like, w really like, what was the medical reasoning, you know? Um, and I've never straight up asked my parents that question, so it was just kind of interesting to dive a little bit deeper into both sides and the medical history there. Um, to go into that a little bit more, um, the one person on my mom's side got diagnosed with something, kind of serious not that long ago, and has always been somebody to be way more concerned about their health, and has very much been like asking questions and just very like invested in their health, which is amazing. And they've been making changes to their diet and stuff, and I've just been really impressed with this person, and I told them this. Um, Hello. And they are significantly older than my mom. They are 7 years older than my mom. And so the fact that they got this medical diagnosis just now, like literally in their 70s, um, is pretty impressive. And they did admit to me that, they didn't take care of their health because they were able to get away with it for so long. And I told them, this is kind of the problem with um, society. And I even see it with people my own age. We don't take our own health that seriously. We don't take preventative health that seriously, because we think we can get away with it, but really it's all going to catch up with us in the end. If only we all had the ability to look into a crystal ball and see what the future holds. Um, yes, that is terrifying to some degree, for sure. But, it's all going to catch up to us at some point. And I know my parents have even said, you can be the healthiest person ever and still end up with, certain things and whatever. But, like it's better to try to live a healthy lifestyle and to try and avoid certain things than to, I think, not at all. So, yeah. So, that person and I have had really good conversations about what's been going on with them, their medications and stuff like that. Like I've really liked having those conversations with them. And it was interesting because when we were in person, my parents would kind of like talk to them about it, but then would like engage in the conversation and then like turn. And so it was kind of interesting because when they talk on the phone, it's definitely a different vibe. Um, and yeah, I don't know why they ask my parents for certain things of like, what does this mean when it shows up on a blood test or whatever? Because I'm like, okay, yes, they teach, pre-nursing classes, but that doesn't mean they know everything. I mean, that's different than actually, practicing nursing and all of that stuff. So I'm just really happy that there's somebody else in the family who is older and is actually taking it seriously and changing the diet, which I think is huge. And yeah, it's really hard to do because I feel like with everybody, you say diet and we all freak out and it's like, ooh, we got a 360 this thing. And you don't. It's small steps at a time. And yeah. Um, and yeah. Um, and this person, I guess I just said whatever. But yeah, this person definitely has a history of a terrible like habit that affected their health. And so the fact that his health team says he's in really good shape for being 70 is incredible given just some past history. So it's been incredible to be able to talk to people about their own journeys and to um, connect with that. I didn't think that even when I was talking to somebody on Tuesday, um, that, out of all things to go in for it was a job interview, to go in for a job interview and to talk to somebody about their health journey. I didn't think that was going to happen, um, you know, that day. So that's crazy that that happened. It's crazy that my family has now opened a little bit to talking about health, um, which again, I think is so important with them aging, like my parents aging. Um, and yeah, and so I don't know. It'll be interesting because I already kind of made the decision that I wasn't going to be the one to take care of them when they are older because I was basically the second person to take care of my grandma when she was alive. Um, and so yeah, so another sibling will probably end up taking care of them. I have some issues with that just because they are very anti-doctor, anti-pharmaceuticals, and I don't think they fully understand what all goes into diabetes. They understand, I think, insulin, but I don't think they understand diabetes does not just affect insulin, it affects um, cholesterol, lipids, and all this other stuff. So, yeah, but we'll cross that bridge when it's time. And so I'm just happy that, they're being more open about their health. I'm curious to know on Wednesday what will happen because my mom has a doctor's appointment. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to go just because I want to know what's being said in the doctor's office. I don't want to obviously make any decisions for her. But I'm really curious to know, like, are they talking about diet? Is there some other things that she should be doing along with the medication? Does our doctor know about any other supplements that she's taking? Is she aware of, I believe my mom had hip surgery like a year ago. Is she aware of that procedure and things of that nature? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to bring that up to my mom. Um, and I need to mention to her the one thing that the one other family member mentioned that he found out was genetic. Um, so yeah. Anyways, that's kind of been the cool thing about sharing my journey is simply getting to connect with all of you in some way, getting to connect with family members and talking about health. I even had a short conversation about health with a neighbor across the street. So, yeah. Thank you, you guys, for watching this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe down below, hit the bell for notifications. I post every single weekend. I cannot believe it is August. I'm trying to comprehend that, but I'm so happy because temperatures should be cooling down. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys all later. Bye, guys.